Just trying.
Okay, we are now recording. I want to say thank you to everybody for coming in, and I know that this was a little bit of a short, getting you guys to put together, but we need to have this real quick, okay? It's going to be a very short meeting this morning. If you guys have anything you want to talk about after I get through what I've got to go through, then we will do that, okay? Just to let you know, I will require verbals from everybody on one particular subject, and that's the first subject I'm going to bring up. So you all saw the email from Carl last week regarding Metro. The one thing that's going to happen is that's going to be your first, your last, and only warning regarding discussing clients with other clients. Don't do it, okay? There's no reason for a client who, they may ask, oh, is this one of your other people that you deal with? It's really none of their business, especially if they're asking to get the same pricing as somebody else. That is totally up to us, of course, but we do not share information with anybody. That is, they wouldn't like it if we shared their information with some of their clients either. Or their competitors. So we don't do that. Does anybody have any questions on that? So if it's found that you guys do discuss and we find out that it is happening out there and a customer calls to complain about it, there will be no more whatever. It's going to be paperwork and you guys will end up being gone. So make sure, and I want a verbal from everybody. I'm going to call your name to make sure that I get it properly, starting with Brian. Brian, do you understand what I'm saying as far as being let go if you do that?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Paula, do you understand?
I do.
Okay. Let's see here. Richard, do you understand?
Yes.
Angel, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Chuck, do you understand? Chuck? I'm sorry, you are on mute. Can you unmute you?
Yes.
There you go. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you. Mary, do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you. Who am I missing? Kevin, do you understand?
Yeah, I talked to Carl about it too.
Thank you. Jane, do you understand?
Yes.
Randy, do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, who am I missing? Charlene, do you?
It's Sarah. It's Sarah. I had to call in because I'm driving.
All right, so I will go over this here in a minute, but Charlene, do you understand?
Yeah, I heard the whole thing. I've been on the call.
Okay, so Charlene, do you understand?
Yeah.
Sarah, do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I got everybody with the one exception. I will take care of her in a little bit. Okay. Any questions on that?
None.
Perfect. Thank you very much for understanding. Okay. When you guys are working with anything within Dropbox, anytime you guys, that's just like an extra hard drive. It's like your regular hard drive. So when you make changes and save it within the Dropbox, you are saving it for everybody to see. So we came up with, or what had happened was we had several reps, a couple from our group, but from across the nation, we found out, that was using the example that was in Dropbox for the price request. Guess what? It was wrong. It was saved by somebody in the central region, and they put it on the Dropbox, and it was completely wrong. So everybody who was doing their modeling after that was doing theirs wrong. We found out last week that that was the case. So I've always told you, do a copy and paste from the 3 line items. Don't deviate from that. We haven't changed anything. If there's a change, I will let you know of that change either by email or doing a call like this. But right now, the way we had set it up, and I've done several calls on that, on a price request, is that you do a copy paste from our cheat sheet to your price request. We're trying to make it as easy as possible. Don't deviate from that. Okay? Questions? So when you're saving anything, don't save it onto Dropbox. If you want to copy it and paste it onto your hard drive so that you can make changes, feel free, go ahead and do that. And then you can save it to the Dropbox after you've made the changes, but not as the format. Okay? All right. Price requests. If you're above cheat sheet, you're good to go. There's no reason to get anything. For the most part, there should be no reason to get any documentation. If you are below cheat sheet, even by a penny, you need to get with me, okay, before you set it up or before you offer that price. This is always the case. Don't put in there, or when you're putting in your price request, we've had some instances where somebody says last invoice, match last order. That does not fly because that's not documentation. I need documentation. If we by chance gave them, see what happened was we had a customer who gave us a price back at the end of last year. Sales rep set it up as match last pricing, and the customer's been getting pricing that is really, really, really low without any documentation because that's the way it was set up. We're not doing that. So make sure that you get with me, and if I've given you approval, then you can do that. But don't put on cheat sheet or, I'm sorry, your price request or anything, last invoice or match last order or anything like that. Or documentation where it says documentation in, or your competitor information. Make sure you have the documentation. Make sure you have the competitor name in there. We are not our own competitor, guys. Questions? Okay. Goldmine notes.
Nothing's changed since the day I started then. That's interesting.
That is correct. Thank you, Randy. All right, Goldmine notes must be in every day. I'm not going to stress this enough, guys. I know that there are some times that you get home late and everything, and if you've got it in the morning, I completely understand. That's not a problem. Call me, let me know that you won't be able to get your Goldmine notes because, you know, it's 7 o'clock at night, you just got home, it's been a long day. I get it. I really do. We've given you guys a lot of tools in order to make your Goldmine notes even after you've talked to a customer, either in your home, from your home office, or in the car. So we really need to get this done. This is not just for me. This is not just for you. We've got a lot of people in the company that actually use the Goldmine notes. Sometimes you might talk to a customer calls in to place an order, and you have given the customer a price. Well, if there is a discrepancy, and I don't see it that there has been a price that you've quoted, you guys haven't called me, haven't gotten with me or anything like that, then there's things that we can't do. Other people, including Frank, do look at these notes because he may have a question about a customer and he will look at the notes to see exactly what's been in there. And if he sees that the last time you contacted him was a month ago, but yet you saw him today, and he talks to the customer and the customer says something, he looks like an ass. Okay? We can't have that. There's other reasons, but this, I'm just letting you know. So make sure your Goldmine notes are in there as best you can every day. If it's the next morning, just let me know. I understand it's not a big deal. Don't make it too much longer than that. Because I know how life can interfere and completely understand that. Any questions on that? Okay, guys, that's it. That's all I got. We had a good month in June for the most part from everybody. We're still the best team in the company. and the best region. Thank you again for that. Appreciate that. Like I said, this is going to be a short meeting. So does anybody have anything that they wanted to discuss or talk about or get in, with everybody else?
I I think sometimes inside sales reps should communicate with us. Like example, they put sales delivery. They at least should inform us.
Well, okay, I understand that. Generally, when a customer tells them sales delivery, that means that from what their recollection or what they understand is the salesman has already said that. Customers should be saying that unless they've already gotten it approved from you.
No, it wasn't.
But the sales reps are not. I mean, the inside sales reps, they're just taking the order, guys. They're taking it from what the customer is saying. Customer says, I understand what you're saying, Angel. I can send an email to Mary to have the sales reps, if it's a salesman delivery, to contact the salesperson.
Or just email us. Just email us. Say, hey,
I
that's an
understand.
order. Yeah, that's all.
But I'm not going to say for sure that it's going to happen all the time, or even if she can actually instruct the sales reps to do that. But I will send an email to do that. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, Ted, one thing.
Go ahead.
What I'm seeing is that OSRs on the inside, when they approve a price, they're just putting per OSR. They don't say who it was. So there's no documentation that I gave it, Angel gave it, Randy, anybody gave it. It's just per outside rep. Well, who was the outside rep? 6 reps ago? We don't know. And it's not documented. So it really should be have the CSR ask. Well, who approved it?
Okay.
They may not even know who it was.
I'm not, okay. I'm sorry. I'm not sure I understand exactly what you're saying.
For example, if I'm looking through sales for South Carolina, and I see a customer, and I look them up because I don't know them, and there's a price that looks funny, I look at the sale, and it says what the items are, and at the bottom it says pricing override per OSR. Well, guess what? I'm the OSR, and I didn't give it to them. So where'd the price come from? I see it all the time.
Okay. So the customer is stating to the sales rep that you gave them the pricing.
Right.
Okay. Per OSR means the outside sales rep in that territory.
Yeah, which is who?
Okay.
I mean, I can email Mary as well.
No,
Just telling you.
I'll ask for that, but I don't see. I mean, they send it to the override department. Override sends it to the sales rep that is in that territory to say, did you approve this?
Nope. Not happening.
Was this okay, Kevin? Did this happen at the time that they are pretty much closed? The override department is off, and that this is just going through. If that's the case, we've had a couple instances where the customers are gaming the system, knowing that it's being sent out because it's the last order of the day or really close. Override department's closed, and therefore they are getting it for that pricing. They're dictating their own pricing. Is that what we're talking about?
Not that I know of. I don't think it's at that time.
Okay, then there is an issue within that particular territory, and the override department not contacting you to let you know that there's been a different price than what is either in the system or below what it should be.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if that's happening throughout the country and or your territory. If it's happening to me, it's happening.
I haven't had that. Does anybody else have any questions on that or have had an issue?
Yes.
Okay, who's that?
Mary. I've had it several times.
To where it just says per OSR, and you didn't give the pricing and.
Correct.
Okay, so why are you not sending the email to me saying I never gave this pricing to the customer?
Well, it wasn't so low that it was bad, so I just contacted the customer and said, hey, what's going on, blah, 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 and straightened it out. But it wasn't, I've never had an issue to where it was so low. It was like.
No, okay. So, well, let me ask you this. The override department did not send an email?
No.
Okay.
And I've had that happen as well. This is Charlene, and I've done the same thing you did, where I contacted the customer to find out what happened.
All right. I will go ahead and let Mary know of this, that we need to have something else in place, because we can't have that. What else we got? Okay, I guess that's it, guys. I don't know. Let me tell you about me for this month. I've got several. I'm going to be going to Fresno at the end of the month on July 30th. But before that, in the week of the 16th, I will be in Portland and Seattle. I will send you guys as the week before to let you know for sure that I will be out of the office, but still available, just slow to respond. Okay? Does anybody have anything else? Great. I think this is the shortest meeting we've ever had, 20 minutes.
Yeah, just don't get sick when you travel again, all right?
All right, well, I'm going to try to limit. Yeah, I know.
Every time you go somewhere, you're always freaking sick of eating at Cracker Barrel or Pizza Hut and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Or getting appendicitis, I mean, shit. All right. Well, if anybody cares, I am doing much better. No problems whatsoever from my surgery. And it just kind of sucks having to be in a hospital room for a week, I'll tell you.
Oh, that's horrible.
Not
I've been there.
I'm sorry?
I've been there.
Yeah.
One day feel like 1 month. Like,
yeah.
Get me out of here.
Not being able to eat for a whole week also sucks, I'll tell you that too. Although I did lose some weight, which was really pretty good. I'm pretty happy about that. Now, hopefully I can continue that. All right. Well, guys, listen, thank you again for everything. I appreciate it. Let me know if anything else comes up. Let me know how I can help with anything that may be coming up this month, as always. And have a great day and a great week.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All
Have
right.
a good
Have a
day.
good day.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, everyone.
Bye.